This is the book of Galatians, chapter 3, verse 13. Christ hath redeemed us from the curse of the law, being made a curse for us. For it is written, Cursed is everyone that hangeth on a tree. Now, when we think about the hanging on a tree, what people are representative of receiving that form of punishment in the world? This is the book of Daniel, chapter 9, verse 7. O Lord, righteousness belongeth unto us, but unto us confusion of faces, as at the day to the men of Judah, and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and unto all Israel that are near and that are far off, through all the countries whither thou hast driven them, because of their trespass that they have trespassed against thee. O Lord, to us belongeth confusion of face, to our kings, to our princes, and to our fathers, because we have sinned against thee. To the Lord our God belong mercies and forgiveness, though we have rebelled against him. Neither have we obeyed the voice of the Lord our power to walk in his laws, which he set before us by his servants the prophets. Yea, all Israel have transgressed the law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore the curse is poured upon us, and the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of God, because we have sinned against him. So who the world calls Christ was crucified and hung on a tree, said he came to become a curse for those who were cursed. And those who were cursed were the Israelites, the people who went against the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. This is verse 12. And he hath confirmed his words, which he spake against us and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil. For under the whole heaven hath not been done as has been done upon Jerusalem. All right, so who in history, in the annals of history, has had an evil or evils and atrocities done to them that pale in comparison to the records of any other nation or people? It would be who the world calls so-called minorities. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I have commanded thee this day, all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Now you can read the book of Deuteronomy yourself, reading from verse 15 to 68, highlighting the curses that the Lord told Moses would be poured out upon the children of Israel for not obeying his commandments. And you can come to your own conclusion as to who these curses fit. But I'll highlight some for edification purposes. Verse 30, thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. Thou shalt build an house, and thou shalt not dwell therein. Thou shalt plant a vineyard, and shalt not gather the grapes thereof. Verse 32, thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people. This sounds like slavery to me. And thine eyes shall look and fall with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thy hand, right, in order to retrieve your children. Verse 43, the stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. Yeah. Definitely see certain nations rising and certain nations not seeming to be able to get off the ground. Verse 64, and the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from one end of the earth even to the other. It sounds like what's commonly called as the diaspora. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. The wood represents Christianity, and the stone represents Islam. And among these nations shall thou find no ease, neither shall the soul of thy foot have rest. But the Lord shall give thee a trembling heart, failing of eyes and sorrow of mind. Police brutality coming to mind. Does the disappearing of minority women and children come to mind? And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shalt have none assurance of thy life. In the morning thou shalt say, would God if it were even. And at evening thou shalt say, would God it were morning. So basically, you would be in derision and you would loathe your life because you wouldn't be living life at all. You would be just existing, not knowing who you are, where you came from. For the fear of thine heart wherewith thou shalt fear, and for the sight of thine eyes which thou shalt see. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt. Egypt is a word or similitude for bondage. within the scriptures. Egypt represents bondage. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. By the way whereof I spoke unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again, meaning your homeland. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. So again, with these curses, identifying who the ancient children of Israel were, children of the book, the people of the book. Who do these curses describe? It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not, for ye have kindled a fire in me, which shall burn forever. Now, which people were taken from their lands, forced to engage in hardcore bondage slavery, and have no idea what their history is now. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter, this is the book of Hosea, chapter 1, verse 10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto thee, ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living God. Remember, freely receive, freely give.